I'm on a Wirrah hunt with Marine Biologist Younis Menkara.
That's how you catch an Eastern Wirrah in about 30 seconds.
We're exploring the coast of New South Wales, fishing dozens of spots in search of Eastern Wirrah and the incredibly elusive yellow-banded Wirrah. He'll be showing us how and where to catch them, as well as shedding light on this misunderstood fish. We're kicking off our journey in Coffs Harbour, a scenic 5.5 hour drive from Sydney. We will be fishing in the Solitary Islands Marine Park, a place renowned for its unique and rich biodiversity.
Alright, Younis, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Younis Menkara. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Sydney in the Australian Museum. And we're out here at Coffs Harbour for my final bit of fieldwork for my PhD. My focus in my research is on a group of fishes called Acanthistius, or the Wirrahs. So it's quite a unique genus. It's distributed only in the southern hemisphere. There's 11 species, 5 of which are distributed here in Australia and New Zealand. As part of this field trip, I'm currently working on a couple chapters of my PhD. The first is we're aiming to collect a bunch of Eastern Wirrah from throughout their distribution. So they're distributed from southern Queensland down to Tasmania, and the aim of that project was to collect as many Eastern Wirrah from throughout that distribution and kind of fill up all the gaps in knowledge that we have. And the second goal of this trip was to try to target and catch the uber rare yellow-banded Wirrah, which its last verified observation that I've been able to verify is from 2009. So it's obviously extremely rare.
So where was the last yellow-banded Wirrah spotted?
Around Coffs Harbour. Some guy from Ireland came here with his wife on a honeymoon, and yeah, he caught a yellow-banded Wirrah. Didn't know what it was, and obviously didn't know how rare it was, but it just shows that recreational anglers have a part to say in science. The Eastern Wirrah is distributed only on the east coast of mainland Australia and was once distributed on Lord Howe Island. The yellow-banded Wirrah obviously is extremely rare here on the east coast, but it's distributed quite commonly on Lord Howe Island, Norfolk Island, the Kermadecks, northern New Zealand, and northern New Zealand. So I've actually caught one at Lord Howe Island last year. Yeah, I managed to catch it pretty much second cast and never saw another one after that.
Wow. Alright, so with the Wirrah we're targeting, where are we able to find them? How are we going to catch them?
It's a great question. Anywhere where there's rocks, pretty much. So they're a coastal fish, and they're really associated with rocky reefs.
Yeah.
So anywhere basically that's rocky, has rock pools, holes, deep channels, deep gullies between rocks. The more structure there is, the less water there is, and you think, man, that's not enough water for a fish. They're probably going to be living in that hole.
Yeah.
Anywhere like here where we are at the moment, I tend to always focus on breakwalls, because I know that because of how the breakwall was built, there's holes underneath the rocks, there's boulders, and they tend to live in those holes.
So we've just found...
Yep. We found a hole that looks of interest. It's right in between these boulders, and it just drops straight down.
We're just going to drop the lure in, hope for the best.
So I'm already getting whites, and I'm ready on.
Alright, we're on.
Feels like I'm already.
Whoa! No way! Beautiful!
That's an Eastern Wirrah. That's how you catch an Eastern Wirrah in about 30 seconds.
Wow!
Look at that. It's got someone else's hook out of its bum. So someone's obviously caught that, and it's either digested the entire hook and it's not able to expel it, or someone's hooked it up the bum.
Wow.
So
That's
there
insane.
you go.
We've caught the fish now. What do you plan on doing with it, Younis?
Well, this is going to become a permanent addition at the Australian Museum as part of my research, and it's going to go to a big study on Eastern Wirrah here on the east coast of Australia. So I'm going to have to dispatch him and take some tissue samples off him to get some DNA off him as well. So
Now it's time for me to give it a go.
So today the only bait we're really using is prawns. So we've got these big king prawn. That's what we're using to catch all the Wirrah and all the other fish that we're going to catch. Alright, you see this hole down here? That is perfect environment for these Wirrah to live in. So I've got a good chance catching one here. Just drop it. Now we wait. Yep, I'm already getting bites. And he took the bait. It's alright, we'll try again. We'll just take the shoal off. Whoa! I'm on. Big Wirrah. Whoa! That's huge!
Alright, it wasn't actually that big. I just got a bit excited.
That is huge! Wow. I found another amazing hole. That is a beautiful fish. Got to take a photo of that one.
Alrighty, so we got another Eastern Wirrah here, pretty big one. So obviously they grow to about 45 centimeters. So this guy is like a mid-sized individual, and you can see he's starting to get his stress patterning, those little dark blotches. There are a few theories as to why. Number one, he's a bit stressed being out of the water and we won't keep him out for long. But also there's suggestions that they might use that patterning to kind of mimic the shadows in the holes that they sit in, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, some might look at this and think, oh, maybe it's a yellow-banded Wirrah. It's a bit more yellow than typical individuals, but now this is an Eastern Wirrah, and obviously we're out here chasing the ultra-rare yellow-banded Wirrah, but they're very, very closely related. So much so that, you know, we think they hybridize with each other. Really important that we know as much as possible about these fish to get an idea of their populations and who they're breeding with, and if the yellow-banded Wirrah is still around.
We've been fishing this breakwall for a long time now. After catching over a dozen Eastern Wirrah, along with some incredible bycatch, we still had no luck catching the yellow-banded Wirrah. The next day, we head up north to our next spot, Woolgoolga Headland, a stunning yet dangerous location where we'll be fishing off the rocks for our target species.
Alright, we're at one of the locations. These rock pools are perfect environment for the Eastern Wirrah and hopefully the yellow-banded Wirrah. Look how crystal clear the water is here. Wow. That is like glass. Younis just caught this wrasse. Beautiful looking fish, but not what we're after today. I just saw a massive moray eel down here, just between the cracks of the rocks. Just a huge green moray eel swimming around, and I don't want him taking my bait, so I'm probably going to move spots. Oh no, some birds just died here. See the bones and the feathers. Another wrasse. Just caught another tiny wrasse. As beautiful as this place is, there was only a couple wrasse, but that's about it. So we're going to head on over to another spot where hopefully we'll have a bigger chance of catching the yellow-banded Wirrah. Alright, we've made it to the second destination. It's very windy, so bear with me. But so far, this spot's looking pretty promising. See, there's a really high chance of catching one right here. All the rocky surfaces, that's where they love to hide and live. Alright, Younis reckons we have a really good chance of catching one here. So we're just going to cast it down to that hole. There we go. Wow. Medium-sized one as well. Beautiful.
Yeah, so underneath boulders like that, there's actually more space than you realize. So it looks like the boulder's just, you know, hitting the ground, but there's actually probably a cave underneath. That's why we're catching multiple Wirrah from the same little gap between the rocks, you know. And then there was also kelpfish. I saw a moray eel earlier. There was also a blind shark. So you can see the common culprits in an area like this, the fish that rely on environments like these. They all live together in these little holes and gaps.
While I was busy having my hook swallowed by kelpfish, Younis had caught the Eastern Wirrah that he needed, one of which could possibly be a hybrid.
Alrighty, we're here at View Headland, just south of Arawara Headland, and we got a couple wirrah from this spot, not many other fish, but we caught this individual which caught my eye a little bit interesting. If you look quite closely, I noticed he has a few, whoops, settle down. I noticed he's got a few stripes, and we tend to see wirrah with what their stress patterning that looks like blotches, but this one actually looks like it's a bit pigmented, so it's actually part of his coloration. So I don't know, could be anything, could be nothing. He's also got this really cool joining of spots as well, so there's only really a couple ways to tell. We can take measurements and count, heuristics, so things like scales and fin ray counts to try to see if that matches up with the hybrids and what we know of the hybrids. Or we can, and what we will do is take the genetics, so take a tissue sample, extract the DNA and sequence it, get an idea if he's holding a genetic signature from the yellow-banded wirrah. It doesn't mean that he's first generation hybrid, it could be second, third, fourth. We really can't tell until we do a bit more analysis and delve a bit deeper.
Alright guys, we're finishing up fishing in this spot. We've caught a few wirrah, and very interestingly, one wirrah with very faint black stripes down its body. So who knows what that could be. But yeah, we've been fishing for about an hour and a half. We're going to move to the next spot now. Alright, we're here at the last location of the day. You see we're at this beautiful massive breakwall. So we're going to be fishing this breakwall, looking for the eastern and yellow-banded wirrah. We're just going to be fishing along this breakwall and on the other side as well.
After collecting the Eastern Wirrah that we needed, we had some time to do some conventional fishing.
Yeah, nice brim.
The next day, we hit the road early and head off to Evans Head.
Alright guys, we're here at Evans Head. There's a massive breakwall here, so we're going to be doing a lot of fishing for Eastern Wirrah and catching a lot of other stuff as well. So let's do it. See, this is actually a really good spot for the wirrah. See holes like that one there, like some over there. There'll definitely be some wirrah over here. Hopefully the yellow banded. Why? Another kelpfish. Alright, so far Younis has caught the wirrah and I've caught a brim. We've only been here for about 20 minutes. With another brim. Look at that.
Alrighty, so I'm just walking along the breakwall and you can see just ahead in between these boulders, really behind the base of the breakwall, there's a really deep hole. So we're just going to give this one a go. You can see that's easily over 1 meter deep. It's fairly a wide entrance as well, so I'm almost confident there'll be some sort of fish in there. There we go, I'm getting bites. And I'm on. There you go, another wirrah. Jeez. So this one's a really light coloured one. You can see there. Beautiful looking fish. He's probably a lot lighter because of the ground he's sitting on.
Next stop is Ballina, home to the big prawn. Once again, we're fishing off the breakwall in search of Eastern Wirrah and the yellow-banded wirrah.
There we go. Yep.
There, wow.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. We're at Ballina. That's one of the last wirrah needed from here on the northern coast, and the last Wirrah for this whole project pretty much, last few. And yeah, just didn't take too much time like usual on the breakwall, found some holes, caught plenty of kelp fish before finding him in the same hole. So
Another kelp
can you
fish.
imagine, we catch so many of them. Can you imagine how many there are along this one wall of these? Imagine how many, I'm talking like 100, 10,000, 15,000.
Yeah.
Because every single hole has got at least one. Ooh.
Wow,
That
beautiful.
was just out there.
That's a good size.
Straight in the bucket. We are done, bro. Let's get out of here. There you go. We're at number 2 at Ballina. It's home time.
Over the past 10 days, we embarked on an incredible mission, fishing over a dozen spots across 500 kilometres of northern New South Wales coastline. We managed to catch over 100 Eastern Wirrah, marking a huge success for the trip. With this, Younis has now completed his Wirrah collection for research, which is a major milestone. While we didn't manage to find the ultra-rare yellow-banded Wirrah, there's still a fascinating twist. The Eastern Wirrah we caught at View Headland might actually be a hybrid with the yellow-banded Wirrah. We'll have to wait until Younis extracts and analyses the DNA to confirm this exciting possibility. A big shout out to Younis Menkara for allowing me to join him on this amazing adventure. I'll be making a lot more videos searching for rare species, so consider subscribing and I'll see you in the next one.